last two categories for this decade and for today. So forward 2000. I know. I mean, doesn't take a genius to figure out what my answer is. So I'm going to go last. Mangesh.
I hate to say this, but again, this has to be Thierry Henry. I cannot think of. I want to put Wayne Rooney ahead of him, but at the same time, what Henry did from 2000 to 2007 was just. I mean, yeah, I hate praising. Yeah, he's the player I've hated the most. But yeah, Thierry Henry was on a different planet, on another planet, and the way he used to take Mickey out of Jamie Carragher, it was so fun to watch. It was so fun to watch. He always scored like a
He used to take Carragher out for a walk. That is what it looked like when he was playing.
And Carragher is so.
Carragher
So
used to get dominated by Henry and Drogba, both.
yeah,
Henry-
Carragher who got dominated.
yeah, even by
Henry and
Drogba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. True.
Henry was so
Yeah.
silky. He's so silky. Salah.
He used to glide. He used to glide.
He used to do ridiculous things.
But-
That back he'll flick the ball and shoot it past Barthez. Ridiculous shit.
So Micah Richards said on some podcast that what Henry did to him was he nutmegged him and then looked at him and winked him and before running away. Yeah, he had that swagger. We of course we hated him. Thank
Swagger
God
is-
Twitter was not around. Thank God Twitter was not around at that time because oh God, things I used to call Henry. I used to call him overrated all the time. And yeah, of course it was just out of hatred. But yeah, he was fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think swagger is the right word for Henry.
Yeah.
Player like Henry, outstanding. And yeah, I mean, but to be honest, would you consider Cristiano Ronaldo an attacker?
I would.
Even though he was a winger, but he was an attacker. So I don't know why you guys are not talking about him as the best
What
attacker
do you
of
think?
2000s.
What do you think I'm waiting for? Why do you think I say that there's only
Okay.
one answer to it? But you go on. I want to.
Okay, no, I think my answer is the same. Thierry Henry, no doubt about it. Thierry Henry is the best, and I mean, yeah, definitely. Although I'm the Liverpool fan in me is very biased towards players like Fernando Torres, who I thought was outstanding. But
For 2
yeah,
seasons.
I don't think there's any. Huh?
For
For
2
all the
seasons,
seasons
right?
at Liverpool, he was really good. He was not good
Come
at
on,
Chelsea, but he was
come
great
on,
at Liverpool.
come on. He was
No, he
excellent
was good at
for
Liverpool.
his first 2 seasons. Later he was injured a lot of time. He had lost
He
his
was injured.
not
Yes.
but yeah. So after those 2 seasons, he played for Abhishek is on mute, so I can say whatever the hell I want. So after those 2 seasons, for 18 months, his 18 months were injury prone. So I don't think you can put Torres in that category. But I see, if you want to compare players, I mean between Henry and Ronaldo, Ronaldo was a better player, no doubt about it. But if we specifically want to talk about Premier League, I think for those 6 seasons, Henry was excellent. I thought Ronaldo hit his peak at Real. For
But
those
I'll tell
3
you,
seasons.
I have a very
Yeah.
differing opinion. But go on. I have a very, very differing opinion to yours.
No, go on. Yeah.
So a lot of people say this, right? A lot of people say that Cristiano let's remember, Cristiano came in. Cristiano was there for almost the whole of the decade. He was there
6
from 2003 all the way to 2009. There were two Cristianos here. So I want to address Abhishek's first point, where he said Abhishek called him a winger. He was a winger from 2003 to 2005. From 6 to 9, he was not a winger. He was not a winger. Even though he was the team sheet and Fergie would put him on the right side of midfield attack, he wasn't playing there. I'm sorry. I just saw Abhishek take a bite of whatever he's eating. I said, haven't you done?
Sorry, but
No, go on. Don't worry
sorry,
about it.
Go on.
I have parathas that I need to eat now. So
No, don't
I'm going to
worry
eat.
about it.
But you guys go ahead.
Saw that I realized I haven't had breakfast and I'm like, Sala, mere ko bahut bhook lag raha hai. But coming back to the point, so Cristiano, right? The only reason I put him over Henry, and I buy all your points. Thierry Henry, insane player. There's no questions about it. But Thierry Henry did it. He couldn't do it even 2 seasons in a row. Arsenal did not win 2 successive titles in their history. He was good in 01-02, couldn't get the team to do it again in 02-03. They won the league title in 03-04, couldn't get them to do anything for the next 2 seasons except get to a Champions League final, which he bottled. He bottled it. When you're talking about somebody who can do it relentlessly, Cristiano, first 2 seasons playing under the shadow of Ruud van Nistelrooy, doing stupid things. We all know the whole story. Step overs, not bringing people in, yada, yada, yada. He changed his game. He was relentless for those 3 seasons. He was a force of nature. He wins 3 league titles. He wins the League Cup. He wins the Champions League. He gets you to another Champions League final. Now, that is a peak. What Henry had was peaks and troughs. No one has had a 4-year peak. No one has done what Cristiano did in that 4 years. 42 goals in that 07-08 season. Rumors of him leaving. Comes back 08-09, again scores, I think, 20 something goals. 20 something goals, including important winners. That game against Villa when Makeda scored. Look at the goal that Ronaldo scored before that.
Yeah, excellent.
It was a routine left foot shot. It was a left foot shot, bottom right corner from Cristiano. That is what got the team up. That game that we were down against Tottenham, I think Cristiano came in and scored. Carrick won the penalty, and I think Ronaldo scored after that, and he took his shirt off and all of that. Insane. Yeah. So, as much as I love Thierry Henry, brilliant player, he did not have a prolonged peak in the Premier League like Cristiano did. The only other honorable mention I'll give is Wayne Rooney, which no one has spoken about so far.
I did.
Oh, you did? Yeah. But I mean, that's it. I would even put Wayne Rooney. I would put Wayne Rooney above Thierry.
See, about Rooney, if
you don't get to go ahead of. Sorry, but you don't get to go ahead of Cristiano and Wayne Rooney in the 2000s. Sorry, now go on. My rant is over.
No, as a player, I would put Ronaldo ahead of Henry. But at the same time, we also need to remember Ronaldo played in a better team. Ronaldo had better.
But Arsenal was not a bad team. Arsenal was not a bad team at that time.
Yeah, of course. I'm not denying. But at the same time, United had better defenders. United had better midfielder. As a unit, United was a better team. United was always better team than Arsenal.
No.
And 03-04 invincible.
They were always neck and neck, right? They went invincible. They were always neck and neck. I wouldn't say that they were a better team. Like, they were a better team. Yes,
they shit themselves in 05. Like, they shit themselves. You go invincible. What is stopping you from putting like a proper? No, they got blown away by Jose.
Yeah. Everyone got blown away by Jose. I thought Chelsea was the best team of that season. In that 2004-05 season, Chelsea was excellent, and I would say Chelsea 04-05 was better than Arsenal's 03-04, no doubt. They were just ruthless.
Rohit said one thing, which was no one has done what Cristiano Ronaldo consistently did for 4 years. Well, not in the 2000s, but there is a certain number 11 right now who has been putting up numbers more than Cristiano Ronaldo did. By the way, I'm just reminding you.
Numbers, yes.
Ballon d'Or Salah.
He also won back-to-back Champions League and the Premier League. Just so you know.
That is a point for the next episode, which is a good debate, and I like Salah. I don't hate the guy at all. He's a great player.
Yeah.
But
I think the real debate is Hazard versus Salah.
Oh, Hazard! Oh my God, what a guy! Okay. We can't have the 2010s without mentioning Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
But okay, to get things to a conclusion, best player of the 2000s, Abhishek?
I want to hear Mangesh go first. Best player of the 2000s.
Mangesh.
I'm tempted to put Wayne Rooney ahead of everyone else because Wayne Rooney on his own could drag games like no one else did. After Roy Keane, I think he could do that. Steven Gerrard could do that, but Wayne Rooney at 16, he was force of nature. So if I have to compare peaks, I would put Wayne Rooney at his best ahead of Ronaldo at his best. So I would say probably the best player of that decade could be, either Rooney or Henry, but I am tempted to put Rooney ahead of Henry.
I think you know my answer, right? Do you want me to say it again? Who my best player of the 2000s is?
So Abhishek was also going for Ronaldo, so we have that answer. And
Never. My
no,
answer
Gerrard
is always going to be Steven Gerrard.
I'd go with Christian. I would go with Christian. I mean, honestly, it's that decade, right? Wayne, I mean, Rooney. I love Rooney. Rooney and Cristiano were at a different level. I think Gerrard, especially, with Istanbul happening in that decade, you had that 08-09 season where I thought he was fabulous. We didn't spend too much time talking about.
He's
Frank
the only
Lampard.
player. Yeah, he's the only. Sorry to
No.
but he's the only player who has been in the team of the season 8 times.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that at all. And even Frank Lampard, we didn't speak too much about him, but he was a goal machine. A goal machine in a team that also had the likes of Drogba, that had the likes of initially Robben and Duff. Then later you had all these guys. And Frank Lampard was consistent as hell.
Yeah. We didn't talk about him. I think there's a lot of good players we didn't actually talk about from the 2000s, but yeah.
We should also do an episode for the utter flops of the 2000s. That will be a big list. Titus Bramble, Manucho, David Bellion.
We should have also added the best managers, by the way. We should have also added the best managers of each era.
There's literally one answer to all those 2 decades.
Yeah. I mean, 2 answers.
I would go Jose Mourinho in 2000s.
Nahi, bhai. You won 2 league titles. Fergie won 5.
No chance.
Uska 2
Fergie won it after Glazer overtake.
Fergie won 6, right, in the 2000s. 2 by Jose, 2 by Arsene. The rest were all by Fergie, or was it 1 by Ancelotti? I don't know.
Yeah, 1 by Ancelotti.
The 5. Fergie won half the league titles. How can you go with someone else?
No chance.
He won 5 league titles, a Champions League, an FA Cup, a League Cup, and he didn't line all of them up in one line, trying to say he won all of them in one season.
Oh god. Yeah, that's right.
One thing I will concede to Dodo is that Gerrard, even I, with all the years of experience, I will concede. I would put him I wouldn't go out and debate too many people if they call him the best midfielder or top 2 players there. I think he was there. Way too good.
So it's very difficult to hate Gerrard because he was that good. A lot of rival fans they cannot hate Roy Keane, even though Roy Keane was a complete bastard to their teams. It's hard for them to hate Roy Keane. I think I would put Gerrard in the same category. Gerrard was that good. No doubt.
Gerrard was like Shawn Michaels. Even though you hate him, even though you want to hate him, it's very hard to hate him. Like I used to hate him, but then I love him.
Yeah, I hated Shawn Michaels mainly because of Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, that can be a podcast. Huh? We should do a wrestling podcast.
Yeah. WWF.
The Big Fight Theory coming up next week.
Yeah.
The top 10 wrestlers of all time.
Sorry?
It's a great
top 10 wrestlers. Yeah.
But I think we managed to get through 2 decades in the better part of an hour. And we will be following up with another episode of the 2010s and the 2020s very, very soon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we might be busy with Ruben Amorim and his marauding Reds for the next few weeks, but we will definitely be back with another episode of these amazing lists. So thank you so much, Mangesh. Thank you, Abhishek. And we will see you guys soon.